YouTube. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah, and I kind of have like a little story, and I was like, who better to tell than YouTube? Always there to listen. And anyways, so I'm gonna try to keep this really short and not like go off on little tangents. A few days ago I went to like the big city mall in my area, and I'm actually not really one to usually go to the mall just because it's in like the city next to me, like yeah, so it's quite a bit of a commute and there's traffic and it's just a hassle. So I usually don't go to the big mall maybe like once or twice a year. And a few days ago I decided to go and just like shop basically. So I went to the mall. I went to the stores that I don't have around me, so I went to like Nordstrom and J.Crew and a few other places here and there. So the first store I went to was J.Crew, and I had a few things I was going to try on, and they were all pants. So I went into the dressing room and I was wearing my rose gold Michael Kors watch, and if you are a viewer of mine or you watch my videos, you always have it in my like outfits, and it's kind of like my little, it's like my favorite piece of jewelry, I guess you can say. So of course I was wearing it. So I went into the dressing room and I changed, and for some really strange reason, I don't know what was going through my head, but I took off my watch, and I'm like, so I took off my watch and I took it off and I hung it on the little hooks like that, just hung it on the hooks, and then went along with my shopping, bought a few things. Later on in the evening I came home, and like any other girl, I like tried on the clothes I bought, and I bought these shorts, and I was like, oh, let me try them on. So I did, and I was trying to see if they'd coordinate with this shirt and these shoes, and I was like, let me go get my watch and see if they'd match. And then I realized, oh crap, I forgot my watch at the mall. And of course I was freaking out, and I told my mom, and she was like, oh my god, Sarah, you were so irresponsible, you should not even be able to go to the mall by yourself, blah 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 blah, typical parent freaking out mentality. Like, I was so distraught because first of all, I bought the watch myself. I had saved up for it for a while, and it's kind of pricey, I mean, for a 17-year-old's money, and I just really liked it. So I was so upset, and my mom was like yelling at me, and she was like, yeah, I bet someone stole it. And I was thinking, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's gone. So anyways, but she was like, regardless, still call them all the next morning. So I called them all, and I called J.Crew, and I told them, and they were like, oh my god, someone found the stylist, found it and returned it to us. And I was like, oh my god, like that moment, I was like, there was like this ray of sunshine, just like, ooh, like just came out of me, and I couldn't believe it, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought someone stole it. I mean, like, think about, like, when I'm sitting here thinking about it, like a watch that in good condition, just sitting in a dressing room, no one would have known if someone stole it. I mean, I was just like, wow. I was so shocked that it was someone actually returned it. To some, it may seem like, oh, it's just a watch, but I mean, but if you were in my perspective, it's a little different, because it was kind of a bigger purchase, and I bought it all myself, and I saved up for it, etc. So then the following, the next morning I called, and they said they had it. So then I was shocked more than excited. I was so shocked, and I was like, wow, like civilized people still exist in our society. Like, it was just one of those things that just made me stand back and just like, wow, like it was a wow moment. That's kind of the best way to put it. So then I went to the mall, and I got the stylist who returned it, I got him a gift card. It wasn't anything big, but it was just like, it was just a little way to say thank you, show my gratitude towards him. And then afterwards, like the whole day, I was kind of like reflecting on it, and how sometimes it takes like little or big things for you to realize, like, wow, there are people out there who still you know, are who deal with everyday life, you know, ethically, and, you know, continue to follow their morals and, you know, stuff like that. So I was like, wow, like, thank you, God, first of all, and, you know, thanks to the person, because I don't know, it was just one of those things where it you know, it may not sound like, oh my God, like, wow, like, it may not sound like it was a big deal, but it was more than just me thinking I lost my watch and then finding it. It was more like one of those moments where I was just so shocked, and I just reflected on it, like, wow, someone would return it, you know, someone would, for whatever reason, like, someone returned it, and it just made you realize that there's so much good in the world. Like, sometimes, you know, when you turn on the TV and all you hear are, you know, unjust court cases and, you know, horrible, you know, tragedies that are happening all over the world, it makes you, you know, kind of like question society and, you know, question like people around you. But it was just one of those things that I was like, wow, like, I live somewhere and I'm so blessed to be surrounded by people who are so civilized and who just follow you know, follow their morals, or, you know, just, it was just really nice. It was just one of those things that made me realize like how much good there is, you know. So I'm, you know, trying to work on not being so clumsy and like leaving things, but, you know, realizing that there's good in everything. And I don't know, it was actually one of those things that I was like, wow, I was so blessed to be in that situation, because it made me realize, like, it was one of those things that it just made me realize, like, wow, you are so lucky to, first of all, you know, be surrounded by people like this who would, you know, civilized people who would return your watch, and second of all, just like, thank you, God. Anyways, so that was like my little story. I don't know, it was one of those times where it really, like, just like reflected, and, you know, I don't know. So yeah, that's my little story. If any of you guys have ever been in a situation like that, have, you know, misplaced something, had something stolen, blah, 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 utilize the comments and let me know how that went, if you ended up finding, you know, whatever you lost or whatever the case was. So just let me know all in the comments below, and I don't know, that's kind of all I had to say. So there still is hope in our society, and there's lots of good in our society, and, you know, sometimes it may not seem like it, but there really is. And I don't know, that's really all for this video. Thanks for watching, and bye.